up, you guys? My name is Tia and welcome to my DIY channel, Urban Muse. And today we're gonna have fun thrift flipping a few items that I found at the thrift store. Although I did not find these items all at once because I go to the thrift store a lot, so I've accumulated these items. But I'm very excited to add a little cane to them. And if you haven't noticed, cane and even rattan materials have been such popular materials to use or even incorporate into furniture that you can find them at like CB2, Urban Outfitters, and even other YouTubers have DIY'd with these items. So today I'm going to take my take on it by DIYing a clock, 2 jars, and a shelf. So hopefully you like these items, and if you're ready to get into the video, let's go. Alright, for this first project I was able to luck up and find a wooden clock. There seemed to only be a scratch, and according to like the little piece of label that's left, it's from Target. And then inside the little box here are your like little hand pieces, which we will paint later. Now we're going to paint these pieces, and to do so I use Craftsman's premium satin white paint. Just shake it up a little bit and then you're good to go. Painting at first was a little difficult just because I didn't realize that, yes, this is metal, so the paint's just going to glide on there. So my technique for this was just to add a lot of paint and then just glide gently over the surface. Don't add much pressure, because if so, then it causes the paint to disperse. If you don't want to use paint, you could also use spray paint, which applies quicker and dries faster. Next, we're going to cut out the cane that we're going to use on the clock. I chose to use this padded envelope because I didn't want to mark up my table, but also because I would flip the clock over to trace it, and the padding will keep the clock from moving. What really made this project easy is that I didn't have to cut out a hole. With the cane, it already has the hole, so I was able to just place the anchor right in the middle of one and then begin tracing. This next part is a given, where we're just going to cut out what we traced, but I would suggest using big girl scissors. I use these little scissors and my little hands were getting cut and nicked by the cane, so just FYI. To finish off this project, we are going to glue the cane down to the clock. I started by gluing the middle portion first, and then I glued the perimeter. I was also being just a little savage because I was pressing the cane onto the hot glue with my fingers. But for you guys, I would suggest to use like a popsicle stick or something similar. For the finishing touches, now we just gotta add our hands back to the clock, and voila! We have now made it to project 2, and what I didn't show you guys in project 1 is that I actually bought a roll of cane off of Amazon. Anyways, I had some scrap cane left from the first project, so what you are going to see me do now is cut that cane to fit the exact measurements of the jar. You guys, I could not find my larger scissors, so again, I would recommend using larger ones so that you don't hurt yourself. Once you have your piece of cane cut out, then you can begin gluing. I would recommend gluing the top edge of the jar first so that you can make sure that the cane is lined properly. After that, you just need to glue down the middle and the bottom portion of the cane. You are now going to repeat this gluing process to the other side of the cane. If you feel that you would like the cane to fit more securely onto the jar, then feel free to add more glue, but I didn't feel the need to. The last step of this project is to trim the raw edges of the top and bottom of your candle holder. I also didn't think of this until after I finished the project, but if you're looking for a more polished look, then I would take a string of cane from the cane webbing and line it around the top and bottom of your candle holder. You guys, I was really excited about this last project because this vintage bamboo shelf looks very similar to a cane shelf that Urban Outfitters is currently selling. To begin adding cane to this shelf, I first had to take measurements of all the sections that I would be adding the cane to. Next, you want to take your measurements and cut out all your cane pieces. For this part of the project, it's more preference-based. I didn't want to apply the cane behind or in front of the supporting bamboo sticks, so I decided to remove them. Since I've removed all the sticks, I can now begin gluing down the cane. And preferably, I just like to recommend using a hot glue gun rather than E6000 to first lay your cane down because you need a quick hold. With E6000, it takes a longer time for the glue to dry, so you could apply that on after you use a hot glue gun if you want a more secure cane hold. With the back now complete, we will now move on to the front and repeat the same process. Since those bamboo sticks served as support beams, I stabilized that top bamboo piece by gluing it to its foundation, and it worked. To glue this bottom part was the most difficult because of the angle, so I found it much easier to just add the glue directly onto the caning and then pressing it onto the shelf rather than gluing the shelf and then pressing the caning onto it. So this last part I didn't plan on doing, but I thought it would be a nice final touch. The supporting sticks in this section was much more essential as 2 of them created the hooks for the shelf, so I didn't want to remove them. To cut out the correct piece of cane, I just laid the cane over the area and used a marker to sketch out the section that I would later cut out and then glue back down. Alright you guys, I know the shelf looks cute, but let's see what it looks like hung up. Alright you guys, now that I'm done with these 3 beautiful cane projects, I hope you guys see just how simple it is to decorate with cane or even do some simple thrift flips at home. Using just 4 items such as a hot glue gun, some scissors, a ruler, and rattan, we were able to make 3 items that people spend sometimes upwards of $50 to hundreds of dollars on, which is not what we did today. $20 baby, thrifted on a budget. Anyways, in the comment section, let me know what it is that you liked and maybe one that was your favorite. And if you're not subscribed, then why not subscribe for more easy DIYs to become your own muse. Also, stay tuned for my future video where I'm going to also incorporate more cane into an IKEA hack, which you guys should stay tuned for because I'm going to soon do a bedroom makeover. See you guys later. Bye.